have asked us as Michigan Storm Chasers what kind of vehicles we have, what kind of equipment that we chase with, etc., etc. So we decided to get together with one of our partners, Caleb Ivins, who has a bunch of equipment outfitted on his truck. We're going to go ahead and go over one by one, equipment piece by equipment piece, what exactly he has set up in his truck to chase with and what each one does for us here in the field. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So in the back of the truck, we have a plethora of different equipment here. Each one has its own purpose. Caleb, what does each equipment piece do here?
Yeah, what's up everybody? So that first piece of equipment there is a mesonet, and what that guy does is it takes 32 different measurements every second and a half. Everything from temperature, wind speed, barometric pressure, dew point, and all that information relays into a cloud, and then I can see it real time in the truck as well while I'm chasing, so I know what's going on, and that data is available for later use as well. And then on the back of the truck, this tall thing, what looks like a lightning rod, that is my WeBoost. That allows us to have cell phone connectivity when we're out in the field. We don't often get the pleasure of having cell phone service wherever we're at, but that puppy will allow us to have that service when service is not readily available.
So Caleb, what exactly does each piece do here on this mesonet?
Yeah, great question. So we're going to start up here at the top. This is our wind vane and anemometer. This allows us to know how fast the winds are, what direction they're coming from. That way we can get that data. And then as we move back on the instrument pack, this here is our rain catcher. So if we're sitting still, we can get an accurate measurement on how hard the rain is falling, what our rainfall rate per hour is, and then also a grand total. But we can only get that measurement if we're sitting still. It's not accurate if we're moving. And this down below, this is where your hygrometer is, and this allows us to take our dew point measurements, such as moisture, how much moisture is in the air, what our dew points are, humidity, etc. And then this on the back is our solar panel. This instrument is solar powered, and this is radio communication, and our solar panels here. So it takes no power, it's all solar powered.
So of note here on Caleb's truck is we do have these LED amber and white lights. He's got them outfitted on top here. That's the most important, as a 360 visual view, but also he has some in his side mirrors here, as well as the front dash grill areas as well. So this helps us stay visible in heavy blinding rain, as well as when we're on roadsides looking at storms. These lights do come in handy for multiple purposes. Coming into the cab of the truck here, Caleb has a bunch of stuff set up, from lights to his handheld anemometer, as well as a couple of screens here for data points based off of his mesonet in the back. So Caleb, what exactly do you have set up in the cab here? Lead us through a little bit of a walkthrough here.
Sure. So we have a few different things here to keep us safe while we were out chasing. Safety is our number one concern here. First and foremost, we have our laptop computer here mounted in the truck. This allows us to look at raw data, radar, mesoanalysis, everything we need to be safe out in the field and know what's going on. Up here we have a separate computer screen here that allows us to run radar, comms, whatever we need. We have our GoPro camera here, that's for live streaming. That way you guys can virtually take a ride with us and see what we see as we're out in the field chasing. We have our Midland CB radio here. This allows us to stay in constant communication with other team members out in the field chasing with us. That way we always know where each other are at. We have our handheld radios here, very important for search and rescue when we get out of the vehicles, when we're out walking around. And then as a control, we have our handheld anemometer here. That allows us to take accurate readings as we stand out there in the field.
And coming back here to the mesonet as the final point of topic here, we do have a little bit of a tablet here that kind of reads us back our data points. We can see temperature there in the top left, the THW index, the barometer, our trends as well as dew point, humidity, a lot of different data points here, as well as our wind speed and time there for sunset and sunrise. So it gives us a bunch of different data points that we can utilize when we're out chasing in the field to kind of get a better idea of how the storm is acting. Is it getting better moisture? Is moisture dropping? Stuff like that. So it comes in handy to have one of these measurements on the back of your car. Just want to show you guys the little dashboard that he has there in his truck as well. Also in the back of our vehicles, we often have a rat's nest of cables here. We have to power our equipment somehow, but organization, who needs that? And last but not least, we do have other equipment that we take along as well to help us along in our journey from visibility to our first aid. Go ahead, Caleb, and tell us what you have here as your accessories.
Sure. So first and foremost, probably the most important thing in this vehicle is a first aid kit. This is everything that we need to assist with injuries, if need to be, from compresses to band-aids, triple antibiotics, and there's a tourniquet in the back as well if we need that. Very important stuff there. If we ever get stranded, we have a tow strap. That's if I get stranded, or if I come across someone that's stranded too, I can pull them out that way as well. Flashlights. We have several different flashlights that we use, especially for damage assessment, search and rescue. It's all there for that. And then we have these flashlights as well. These are a smaller, more portable option to the bigger one there. Fits in your pocket, but just as bright. Does a very nice job there. And then we have our single optic binoculars here. This allows us to look at storm structure, or better tell if a tornado is on the ground at a far distance looking for that debris. And then for search and rescue as well, does a nice job for that. Visibility is another really important aspect of chasing, especially for search and rescue when you get out of the truck. Making sure others see you and know where you're at. Very important. And then we have road flares as well. Very important for marking if you have live power lines down. You can mark that, and these will light in the rain and will run in the rain as well. So very important to have. And last but not least, we have our trusty jumper cables. Hopefully we never need to use those, but if we do, we have them.